Keith Good, here at Good's Holistic Healing. I've come around today to invite you to experience some stuff with me that is very, very needed for me, is very temperamental, very experiential, and something that I have needed to do for apparently quite some time. I really don't know where this journey is going to take me, but I'm inviting you to come along with me as I do my own shadow work. It's come to my attention in several months that in order for me to be the person that I'm supposed to be in this lifetime, that I have to go back and do some shadow work. What is shadow work? Well, let's explore that for just a moment. Shadow work is looking at all the shadows in your life, all the things that you have done in your life, things that have affected you in whatever manner, from childhood, the way you've been taught, the way you reacted to things, the way you understood things as a child. And there are three things that we do with that. We either change it if we can, accept it for what it is, and move on. And forgiveness. Forgive yourself, forgive the other people who were involved in it. So, I don't really know where this is going to take me. I'm inviting you to experience this with me. It's going to take a while. It's not going to be done in one day. Shadow work is a process of meditation, a process of contemplation, a process of doing footwork, a process of seeing where you might need to go. And I don't know where this is going to take me. I just don't know. I don't know if it's going to give me, I don't want to put any expectations on it. I don't know what it's going to give me. All I know is that with what I've been told, what I've been read about, what I've seen, is that whatever I go through, the other side is elation. The other side is great. I don't know how great. Greatness is different for every person, so I don't know where this is going. Why am I inviting you to go along with this? Well, I think I'm asking you to go along with me for selfish reasons. The biggest reason is to keep me accountable. Keep me accountable to myself so that I stay on my path. Stay on my path, and hopefully you guys will give me some comments, give me suggestions, tell me how things affect you in your life. Give me some ideas of where you're going, what I might want to consider, how I might want to do this. Now, there might be some things that become too personal that I can't share, at least not right away. And that will be what it is. But all in all, I know that I'm suffering from a lot of things. I'm suffering from mostly anxiety. I get balled up in my belly from just the simplest things in life anymore. I don't know why that is. I want to look at it. I want to look at why my core beliefs are where they are, and should they be changed? Can I change them? Can I accept them? Can I forgive myself for doing whatever it is that I need forgiven for? Now, forgiveness could be just because I don't love myself enough. I can forgive myself for many things that I'm not aware of yet. It may not be an easy road. I had a dream the other night that showed me that my shadow work was starting. Now, it's been going on, and in my mind, it's been going on to the point where I'm thinking about doing it, but I don't know how to explain this dream. But I had this dream where, well, let me get my board out, and let me show you what I saw as best I can do it, and see if we can understand it. Okay, so now we're over here at the board. Let's see if I can do this and see if you can see what I'm talking about. Right here is a door. That's the door I came out of in my dream to get on my track. And as I got on my track, after that door opened, I went a little ways, and then I went down. Notice that these are not square corners. Go back up and around to another door, right beside this door. And this is the door I came out of. This is the door I was going back in. Now, I never went back in there in my dream. I never walked through that door, but I saw that door was right beside the other one. So what this was telling me, as well as other things that were on there, that I'll get into in a moment, is that as I came out this door, I had a short spot, but it wasn't going to be an abrupt change. It was going to be a gradual change into a long stretch of change or something, and then another one into a shorter change, and then back into another long change. And this is the shadow. This is me working with the shadow. All of this is working me with the shadow. And as I came back up here, I was going right back into the door, right beside the other one, which was going to be very similar, but my understanding was it was going to be different and better. It was going to be, as they say, before you become enlightened, and I'm not saying I'm being enlightened by this, I'm saying I'm being changed. But as the Buddhist saying is that when you become enlightened, or before you become enlightened, you carry water and haul firewood. That's what you're doing here. You're doing your normal everyday stuff. After you become enlightened, you carry water and haul wood. You go right back into the same stuff, but in a different frame of mind. That's what I'm trying to get at. So all this is going to be dealing with all the different things. Now, it never showed me it was going to be rocky. It never showed me it was going to be smooth. It just showed me that I was traveling along there. The next part of my dream said that I had a bunch of people with me after I went through this door. Now, I did not go through that door, did not see what that door was going to be. But then I was in the middle of these people. I was in the middle. See? But I left those people behind, not because I was better than them, not because I was worse than them, but I was to leave those people behind and go on my path. Now, whether I joined back up with them, I don't know. It depends on their path. But I was leaving people behind. Shouldn't say I was leaving people behind. We were going on separate paths. Therefore, my path was leading me in a different direction. Then I came up with another piece of my dream was after all this was done, I had moved into a new spot. Well, what was interesting about that new spot was this. I had this woman behind me. I never saw her face. I talked to her on the phone. With another person. And told her that she needed to come with us to this new house. Now, this new house, my understanding is today, is where this person here, when they left the group, was going. That means that somebody else was there as well. Because I talked to somebody else on the phone. We both talked to this woman. As we went to this woman, she followed me. into this new home. As we entered this new home, right before we entered the new home, there was a barn with some pigs in it. And coming out of another area was a person with a wheelbarrow. And in that wheelbarrow were sheep. And just as they got ready to take them into the barn, or wherever they were going, I never did know where they were going, just as they were taking them to where they were going, the wheelbarrow tipped. The wheelbarrow tipped and all the sheep ran. A few lambs went, the ewes went. I didn't see any rams, but there was a few ewes and a bunch of lambs. And there were 2 lambs that were dead. Well, I know that makes no significance to you, but in my past, I was a shepherd. I worked on sheep ranches and sheep farms all over the United States for many years, 20-some years, before I started driving professionally. So as I analyze that, first thing we have to understand is the woman behind me. The woman behind me, because I never saw her face, and because of the way she was just following me without any kind of reluctance, I realized that she was the feminine side of me. Being the feminine side of me is one thing I know I have to get in touch with. The wheelbarrow with the sheep, because I was a shepherd, because some of them had died, because some of them had run away, because the barrow was tipped, all tells me that I have to let go of some of my past. I have to let go of the past and let some of it die, let some of it go away, but still live on. That's what it told me. Very interesting how all this portrays to me, because these symbols might mean different things to different people, but this was my meaning of my thing. And this happened after, or as, I think it was after, because I can't go into it until I do some of my shadow work, after I entered the new door, and I had to let go of some of that stuff. I had to let some of it die. I had to let some of it move on and still be part of me, but let it go out and not concentrate on it. So that's what my shadow work is all about. My shadow work is going to be about dealing with whatever I'm guided to deal with and let go of what needs to let go of, and bring in the feminine side of me, the new house, the new path, the new whatever it is, and bring me to it in a fashion that I have gone through everything. So the shadow work can be rocky, it can be smooth and rocky depending on where you are in your development. And I don't mean where I am in my development today, I mean where I am in my development as I move through this shadow work. I can't be the person I'm supposed to be here at Good Holistic Healing if I haven't dealt with me. If I haven't dealt with myself and become the person I'm supposed to be, I can't help other people. I can't help them heal. I can't help guide them. I can't do a lot of things if I don't look inside of me. And I know that one of my problems is I have too many things going on. I try to do too many things, which causes a lot of my anxiety. I need to slow down. Okay, so now I have to deal with what's inside of me. I have to deal with my anxiety. I have too many things going on. I need to slow down. That's what I would say as I moved from the board back over to here. So what are we going to see? I don't know. But I'm going to do this in a different way than I have been. The many people might think I should. But that's okay. That's up to me. My way of doing this is my way of doing this. I'm being guided. And in order to do this, I'm going to start working through my chakras. Let me explain what I mean. In order to do shadow work, the first thing you have to do is build a foundation. Build a foundation that you can rely on. When you build a house, you don't build a house on top of the ground without putting a footer under it or a basement under it or something with a cement to give it a good foundation for it to stand on for years to come. Well, that's what the root chakra is. The root chakra is the foundation. The root chakra is what grounds me to the earth. And in the past, I've been told that I'm overgrounded. And as I been working through this, I find out that being overgrounded means being too material, starting things. What I mean by, let's go back to too material. What that means is I collect too much junk. I have junk everywhere. You should see my garage. You should see my shop where I work on cars. I don't have too much junk in here, I don't think, but I probably have more than I need in this Reiki, or in that spiritual center here, which is where I do a lot of this work at. And I have too much junk in my house. There's so much stuff that I have not used in years, and I don't know why I still have it. So I'm going to start minimalizing. I'm going to start getting rid of junk. It really isn't junk, I guess. It's all useful stuff. But it's not stuff that I need right now. And it's not stuff that I may ever need again. It's stuff that I need to get away from my past. I need to bury it. I need to let it die out. You know, I have stuff from my late wife. I have stuff from I have stuff from the old farming stuff that I don't really know if I'll ever use again. The stuff that was nostalgic to me, but it's only material something. The memories are there with or without the material things. And then I have too many projects going on, which is another issue, challenge that I have because I'm too grounded. I start things and don't finish them. I started working in my backyard 2 years ago. I put in raised beds, 3 years ago now maybe, put in raised beds. I started putting in, I fenced off an area for storage of compost and so forth. I did all these things, and then I never finished it. I never put the final pavers down. I never built the arch over the gateway. I get partway done. I redid this last truck that I mentioned in another video prior to this that had gotten ran into. I rebuilt the entire engine. I rebuilt the entire front end. I have all the parts for the rear end. I have the shocks. I have the brakes. I never finished it because it was drivable the way it was. I never finished it. I now have another truck I'm working on. You'll probably see some of that in my videos that I'm working on it because that's going to be part of cleaning up stuff, cleaning up projects. That's where I'm starting. I'm starting with just cleaning things up. I try to do too many things. I try to be a mechanic. I try to be a spiritual counselor, a Reiki master, a YouTuber, going to school, metaphysical school. I do all of these things, try to get them all done now, and it creates too much anxiety in me because I'm doing too many things at once, and I don't feel like I'm giving any of them the justice that they need. I haven't studied at my metaphysical university for probably 10 days. Part of that was because it snowed, and every time I come up here at 5 o'clock in the morning to do my studies or to do my meditations or whatever I'm guided to do that day, and I've had to clean snow off the walks for 3 days in a row this past week. I have exercises. I'm dealing with another person that you'll see here. Hopefully she'll be one of our guests here shortly about how we're working together to try and bring things out in me so that I can work with my chakras. And it's unbeknownst to her that this was going to happen and so forth. And I'll just stay tuned for that. That's going to be a very interesting video, I think. So we're going to go through all the chakras, but we're starting with the foundation. We have to build the foundation. I have to get that under control to get going further into the shadow work. If you're interested in keeping up with this, because I'm interested in doing this and I'm interested in seeing your responses and so forth, But if you're interested in helping me or watching me or being inspired to do your own work, stay tuned. Subscribe, ring the bell, give a thumbs up, make comments, ask questions, and we'll go on from here. This is a scary thing for me, very scary, because I'm bringing it out to you on top of the fact that I'm looking inside myself and finding out where I am. So we just play it by ear. We're just gonna do this. It's gonna be scary, but I think it's gonna be of great help to me. I think it's gonna be of great help to everybody that involved. Next week's video will be an interesting video, and stay tuned. We don't know where it's going to go from here. I'm going where I'm guided, not where where I think I'm going necessarily. I don't want to make any plans on any of this. I just know that as I'm guided, I'll be here to share it with you. Hopefully, this will all be of great importance to me and great growth to me. Again, I don't want to put any expectations on exactly what's going to happen here. So stay tuned, as I said. Thank you all for watching this video today. Thank you so very much for being part of my life, part of my growth, part of my spiritual development, part of my shadow work. As I go down this path with you, I hope that everybody gets something out of what's going on.